Let's see if this is working. Seems to be working. Alright. Ought to be working. So this is Aim Lab. It's 100% free. You can find it on Steam. And it's a aim trainer that you could set to separate profiles. I'm gonna go over to my settings since most of my friends play Warframe. I'm gonna scroll down to Warframe. By the way, hun, this has a Smite version, or has a Smite profile. You could go to your, it's gonna have you start a small test to figure out where your skill level is. Is also going to figure out what your weaknesses are and recommend exercises based on that. You could change your crosshair at any moment or at any time in the menu by just controlling these simple RGB settings. I'm going to go with red since people tend to have an easier time seeing red. And that just affects the transparency of it. This is extremely colorblind friendly. You could affect the color of your avatar anytime. You could buy some new shit. But the most important thing is the targets. You could change the color of your targets pretty much anytime. You can even go full custom on your targets too, which is absolutely lovely. But I'm going to go back to blue for now. You can change the handedness of it. And we're going to go third person for this. I am going to change these back. You can affect your weapon sway, recoil. There's a video online. I will retroactively put a link to that video within my description. I just want to do a quick show off of what's going on. You could go to your skills through your profile up here, and it will tell you what you excel at, what you need to work on, and just, it's very, very helpful. Right now, it's saying I have a left side weakness, so I need to work better on that. That could be related to the sensitivity of my mouse. It's just an extremely helpful thing. It even has achievements if you want to keep playing that. It's mostly, all the achievements are just how many times you played a particular game. It's not, if you want to get all the achievements on this, you just play more. You technically don't even have to be good at it. So why don't we go to some custom tasks, and we're going to start off with where is it? There's one I want. No. What we're going to do is go over to grid shot. Practice mode, so I can explain it a bit better. You can even change the map. You'll get a little preview here. this is more for like PUBG players. I don't like that. I really don't like that. That's actually kind of cool. But I'm going to go to Gray Box because it's easier on my eyes. And I'm going to go to the 9mm. This even has weapons from other games you may recognize. Some of them are the same, though. But we are just going to go to the 9mm. Every weapon has its own firing rate. Typically shows its spread, its recoil, all that. So why don't we just hop into Grid Shot? It is a very, very simple game. It's essentially testing how fast you get to each target, how many targets you can kill, your accuracy, and just, yeah. A good thing I use this for is target prioritization, because as you see, when you shoot one, a new one appears randomly. So what I'd highly recommend is use this to help you prioritize what targets you can hit more easily, or if you want to try to do targets that are a little bit harder. I'm going to show you what I do. It's going to be, when the click begins, it's going to give you a countdown. I'm going to start down here. My sensitivity is a little high. Let me fix that. I also have a mouse that allows me to adjust my sensitivity on the fly. So why don't we start off? It did not save the reticle I said. My biggest suggestion with getting a reticle is to find one that works well with the target colors you use and with the map you use, because obviously this green would not be well for something like the outdoor compound. But for indoor locations and targets that are not blue, it actually works pretty well. And as you saw earlier, I have mine set to Overwatch. And my reticle in Overwatch is a green dot, because it helps me see targets better, because there's not a whole lot of green in it. After the results, you'll get a full breakdown of what you did. It'll give you your accuracy. These little percentages are your improvement or your fallbacks. Since this is practice, it's not going to show anything. The insights are really good. It'll explain what each one is. Then your advanced will show you a more visual what happened. My time to kill is fairly slow because I have a slow reaction time, and it will allow me to show the improvement over time. You could replay this task right here as much as you can, share it to Discord, which, meh. There's a leaderboard, but do not press yourself about that. Hang on one second. Up here will tell you your basic stats in the game. And right now this is saying that I have passable speed, passable aim, and really good perception. I can recognize targets when they pop up. But what I need to work on is my tracking, my planning, and my little flicks. I could show you what flicks are in just a moment. I want to fix my reticle. Oh, it did say I didn't save changes. That's why it was that way. My bad. Crosshair. I want it red, and I want it slightly bigger. The game will be in third person for this one. Save changes. Wonderful. And Spider Shot is a grand game that you can use to work on your flick shots.
Spider Shot. Train your flicks in all directions. Snap back like an elastic band each time you hit your shot.
And almost every one of these exercises will have a description of what it is as you click on it. You could set it to practice mode if you want to try something new, don't want to affect your overall ranking. And it's just a super, super useful tool. I am going to try this and try to demonstrate what flicking is. As you see, it is now set in third person. Not too dissimilar of how Warframe would be, but you could set the camera angle back more. The target of this is that you're going to aim at the circle, or the center one, then go to a separate target, then back to the center. As you hit the target more and more, it will move further back. If you take too long, the target will disappear. Like that. Then if you start missing your shots, it will adjust to your skill. And if you actually want, you can actually make your weapon and your avatar invisible. The game will repeatedly, over and over again, encourage you to find the sensitivity that works best for you. The way you want to interpret this is imagine this whole rectangle is your screen. And this is the judgment. The video does a very, very good job of explaining the game, getting you started, and getting you into it. With this, you want lower numbers. The lighter the color, the better it is, except that, because that means nothing happened with it. Like I said, this is just to kind of show what it is. I'm going to change my settings back. And as you see, there are a lot of games that you can set this for. Like, a fucking lot. And if it says series, like Grand Theft Auto, Gears of War, Half-Life, it's because it has multiple games that you could select the version of it. As has Borderlands. And this will typically set your field of view, your sensitivity in that, to what, or as close as they can within the game. You can do a lot of really just what you want in this. Work on what you want. Play as much as you want or as little as you want. All this means is how much I played each day. If it's this dark, it means I didn't play at all. So, with all that being explained, I'm going to find that link for the video. I'm going to put it in the description if you want someone who's not an absolute scrub at descriptions to help you out with getting started. And I'm going to say good night, and remember, someone loves you.